Ayrece Stewart. Good morning, Ayrece.
Good morning, Sophie.
We start with the headlines.
Medical cannabis clinical trials in Mauritius show promising early results for serious illnesses. Rare species of sperm whale rescued in a complex operation off the coast of Black River. Large heroin stash valued at 400,000 rupees seized during raid at Latukenig driver's home. Fake taxi abduction sparks urgent calls for stricter enforcement of transport laws across Mauritius. Reward money system at the center of controversy around former head of counter-terrorism unit. Diocese of Port Louis issues warning over AI-generated video falsely featuring Cardinal Piat. In world news, Colombian Navy intercepts remote-controlled submarine carrying 1.5 tons of cocaine off Caribbean coast. French air traffic controllers' strike threatens to disrupt tens of thousands of holiday travelers. And in sports news, first ever Commonwealth Billiards Championship underway in Mauritius with players from 6 countries. We begin this morning with a major development in the local medical field. The first clinical trials of medical cannabis treatment in Mauritius are showing promising results. The pilot program, which began in 2023, targets patients suffering from serious and chronic conditions such as cancer, epilepsy, and endometriosis. Under the guidance of strict therapeutic protocols, precise doses of cannabis oil have been administered to patients. According to neurologist Dr. Harish Risol, who is directly involved in the project, medical cannabis is only considered when conventional treatments have failed. He describes the early results as encouraging, a potential turning point in how the country approaches certain complex health conditions. Lovina Sophie has more in this report, voiced over by Shaili Naban.
When someone has tested every medication and every possible treatment and nothing works, then they are given the option of medical cannabis. For now, it is only oil-based, so it's like an oil with a very specific concentration, and that's what we use. It can be pure cannabis oil or it can be a mixture of it. The dosage of this medicine depends on the condition of the patient. So there are well-defined guidelines for prescribing this treatment, and this is what we strictly follow.
An extraordinary show of solidarity unfolded yesterday in Black River. A rare sperm whale found itself stranded on a sandbar just meters from the shore, prompting a swift and coordinated rescue operation. The mission brought together the Mauritius Coast Guard, local residents, and marine experts from the Marine Megafauna Conservation Organization. According to Lana Vitri, Director of Conservation at MMCO, it was a delicate and complex intervention given the whale's size and fragile condition. She spoke to Ashi Bachu about the rescue effort.
So when I came to the spot, the whale was quite close to the shore, and we made the inspection. We didn't find any serious injuries except some scratches. I think it was corals or something because on shallow waters. We made a pushback operation with 4 boats and slowly push for him and showing him the way outside. So finally we could push him back from lagoon, and when depth was already about 100 meters, we lost him from the vision. And so when the people see animal in a difficult situation, first of all, to call to Coast Guard or fisheries, and then measures will be taken.
The whale belonged to a rare species of sperm whale seldom seen in Mauritian waters, making this rescue all the more significant. Hugues Vitry, president of the organization, has also issued a message to the public, urging continued awareness and care for marine life. And we turn now to drug-related news. The 53-year-old man from Latukenig is in custody after a significant drug seizure at his home yesterday. During a search operation, officers from the anti-drug and smuggling unit discovered a stash of heroin hidden inside a washing machine. The search there was then extended to the rest of the property. In the backyard, officers then uncovered another quantity of heroin concealed inside an old compressor. The total value of the drug seized is estimated to be valued at 400,000 rupees. Police also seized 10,500 rupees in cash suspected to be proceeds from drug trafficking. Investigations are ongoing. Despite strict transport laws, unlicensed taxis continue to operate across Mauritius, posing serious risks to passenger safety. The issue has come under renewed scrutiny following a recent incident in Mocha, where a young girl was abducted by a fake taxi driver. The case has since sparked widespread concern and brought attention to the ongoing presence of illegal taxis on our roads. More on this with this report by Shabniz Uzier Waidali with voiceover by Rishi Gopal.
A few months ago, a 59-year-old man from Mocha was arrested by police. His offense? He pretended to be a taxi driver to take a young girl to the corner shop, but instead, he drove her to Mocha, where he allegedly committed indecent acts on her. This case has reopened the debate about illegal taxis still operating in the country. According to Rafik Bahadur from the Taxi Proprietors Union, even though law exists, these illegal taxis continue to run. Some even put passengers' lives in danger.
Today, illegal taxi operations have become a widespread phenomenon, especially linked to the rise in synthetic drug use. A significant portion, an estimated 75 to 80% of those involved in illegal taxi driving are also involved with synthetic drugs. They put passengers' lives at risk. Some of them mislead tourists by claiming to be licensed taxi drivers, when in fact they are operating illegally. This not only deceives visitors but also damages Mauritius's image internationally.
From the side of the NLTA, Acting Deputy Road Transport Commissioner Ali Asotali says that with the help of the police, regular operations are carried out to track down these taxis. But without testimonies from passengers, it's difficult to take firm action.
We carry out crackdowns together with the police. Most of the time, when checks are done, these illegal taxis stop operating. And in the rare cases, when we do manage to catch them, passengers often don't cooperate with us. That's because there's a key element required to prove the offense of illegal taxi operation. We need to show that a payment was made. But when we question the passengers, they often claim that the driver is a relative or someone they know.
The public is therefore being urged, if you witness abuse or suspicious behavior, it is essential to come forward and testify to help stop these illegal practices.
And on to other news, the reward money system intended to compensate police informants is now at the centre of a serious controversy. Dilram Dial, former head of the counter-terrorism unit, was arrested last Friday by the Financial Crimes Commission. He is suspected of embezzling nearly 4.6 million rupees from the fund meant for informants. This raises a crucial question. How does this fund actually work? Lavina Sophie takes a closer look at the reward money mechanism in this report with voiceover by Rishi Gopal.
The reward money system is governed by Section 122 of the Police Standing Orders. Its operation is well regulated. The Commissioner of Police has the final say on the amount to be paid. Once approved, the payment is made by the Police Finance Section, which is managed by civil service officials. According to Vinod Apadu, former Commissioner of Prisons and a former member of the Anti-Drug and Smuggling Unit, reward money is a necessary evil.
As soon as they build their case, they send their request to the ADSU. We have a table. We work based on its value.
However, he stresses that it should not be confused with the police officer's reward.
For the informer's reward, payment must be made as soon as the case is detected. However, for the police officer's reward money, the case must first go through court and a sentence must be delivered. Only then can the police submit a request.
Vinod Apadu points out that there is a relationship of trust between the police officers and their informers.
There are informers to whom you give 5,000 rupees. How are they supposed to collect 5,000 when they are just been released from prison and go out to look for information for you? They are already within the system.
He adds that there is a transparent process before the encrusted check is cashed, and once the money is handed over, records are kept to prove that the funds were indeed distributed.
And finally, in other news, the Diocese of Port Louis has issued a statement regarding a fake video circulating on social media, falsely featuring Cardinal Maurice Piat. The AI-generated video shows the former Bishop of Port Louis seemingly promoting a financial platform, but church officials say this is completely false. In a post published Tuesday on the Diocese's official Facebook page, it was made clear that Cardinal Piat has never made such statements, nor has he endorsed any financial system. The Diocese is urging the public to remain vigilant in the face of misleading AI-generated content, which is becoming easier to produce and spread online. It's calling on citizens to exercise discernment and avoid sharing false information. You're listening to RM1. It's 9:10, and we move now on to international news. A remote-controlled submarine equipped with a Starlink antenna and capable of carrying 1.5 tons of cocaine was seized off the Caribbean coast of Colombia. The Colombian Navy announced it was a test run by the Clan de Golfo cartel. And in other international news, a strike by French air traffic controllers is set to begin today and will continue tomorrow. Just before the school holidays, it is expected to affect tens of thousands of travelers. However, Transport Minister Philippe Tabarot has ruled out giving into the demands of the air traffic controllers' unions. And on to sports. This weekend marks the launch of the very first edition of the Commonwealth Billiards Championships hosted locally, a landmark event for the sport. An initiative of the Mo Pool organization, it will be held in collaboration with global governing bodies of the discipline. Until Sunday, 128 players will compete at the Ravanala Attitude Hotel in Balaclava, with participants from Australia, England, India, South Africa, Singapore, and of course Mauritius. 4 categories will be contested during the championship, and Team Mauritius will be represented by 7 players. Stay tuned for more updates as the action unfolds. That's all from me this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stay tuned now to RM1's intermediate playlist until 10 a.m.